You're listening to The Moose and the Loose, your 10 minutes action-packed financial podcast with your host, Mike Yahoo. Hey, what's up, Market Moose? Mike from The Moose on the Loose. Happy Monday. Let's start the week with a quick story. How about that, right? So 15 years ago in 2010, I moved into my home where I still live today. It's kind of ironic because before that, I used to move every 3-4 years. I was quite active, going all the way around. And then, I don't know, we bought this house thinking I'm going to live there for 4 or 5 years. And here I am 15 years later. But one thing I did when we got our family settled in Granby was to plant trees. And I wanted to plant more trees. I have nearly an acre of land, but there was too much grass to my taste. So I started to plant a lot of trees. And it's kind of funny because my wife was almost laughing at me saying, well, Mike, I mean, you're planting those 2 foot tall trees. I mean, they're just they're not doing anything. They're not doing any difference. You're working really hard, but I mean, you're kind of proud of yourself. I planted like 30 trees on the first year, and she kind of laughed, saying, "Well, that doesn't seem to be that big, right? I mean, 2-3 feet tall. It's not giving privacy or anything else. It's pretty much just long weeds, right? And then today I look at them and I don't even see my neighbor in the back. And in the front of my house, I do have this big blue Douglas fir tree that is almost as high as my house and was nearly just a piece of needles 15 years ago. Today it looks big, magnificent. It looks invincible. And I just love the fact that I was able to planted those trees 15 years ago. So I can now enjoy my terrace when I'm looking at my backyards, because all I see is a big forest, literally, because I kept on planting trees a year and a year and a year after. And maybe you can see me coming, right? Because it's not a super original analogy, but we have been talking about this for a long time. Investing is like planting a tree. And I really believe into dividend growth investing. Kind of ironic because I started the strategy about 15 years ago also. So I've been always investing. But then I changed my strategy and I stick to it since 2010. And it's really like planting a tree. The reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because we live in a TikTok age. TikTok age meaning that we want instant gratification and we want things to last 20, 30 seconds top max, right? After a minute, we're just getting bored. We want something in return. And if it's not happening, well, we just swipe or whatever. You just scroll down and continue. And then we have those products today offering 20, 30, 40% income because they're focusing on that need from investors, from people to get instant gratification. The truth is, if you focus on instant gratification when it's time to invest, it could turn bad, right? We have heard tons of stories about this. I've made mistakes while I was focused on instant gratification myself, so I know exactly how it feels to lose money thinking you're going to make a quick buck very fast. So how can you delay that gratification? How can you resist the urge to get returns, get income, get something from your investment right away? And it's very tough. It's very tough because we need to let our portfolio grows throughout ages before it works. You know what? 21 years ago, I planted another tree. So at the age of 22, I started investing. I had my first job. I started investing right away, trying to put the maximum contribution in my RSP. I had a pension plan as well. So roughly about 20% of my salary at most years were invested in either an RSP or pensions. Actually 18% for the rules, but you get the idea, right? Fast forward age 35. I had about $200,000 invested when I quit my job and then I went from my RV trip. I had about $200,000, slightly before I turned 35. I could have had more, but I could slow down by mostly lifestyle inflation. You get promotions, you just want to spend more, you want to reward yourself. So I had like a sports car, I was going on vacation, going at restaurants every time. So living a very good life. I do not regret that, but I know that I could have put more money aside, but still it was a really good thing. And of course, the ultimate lifestyle inflation, having children, right? You know what I'm talking about. I love them, but I mean, it's kind of like slows your savings rate a little bit as well, but it's for the good, right? Age 43 now, fast forward today, I have over $500,000 invested across multiple portfolios. I did not put much money back when I came back from my trip, my RV trip of 1 year, mostly because I reinvested all my money into my business. I thought it was a smart move. Today, I'm very happy I did. And on the other side, I kind of like got lucky because between 2017 and 2025, those were amazing years to invest. So annualized growth rate of return above 13% year after year. So great timing. That was a good place to be. That's great. If I don't do anything, then the compounding impact will continue to do its magic. So if you just use the rule of 72, assuming 7% return, your money will double every 10 years. While by the age 53, I will have a little bit more than over $1 million, and then by 63, a little bit over $2 million. So if everything goes well, everything is fine because I planted that tree 21 years ago and I kept on taking care of it. I tried the same thing, the same experiment, but in a different way with my children. So I convinced them to actually, no, it's not true. My daughter came to see me at the age of 12 while her older brother was 14, and they both decided to start investing. So they started investing like 8 years, 9 years before me. Kind of crazy, right? So almost a decade in front of them, they started to invest like small amount, like the small trees, but they kept on doing it. And then my youngest son started at the age of 10 because he was convinced by the other two. I did not do anything. Like when he reached 10, the two teenagers were just like, okay, Caleb, it's time to invest. You have like a few $100, like $100 or $200 in your bank account. Let's put that into work. And because they started very small and because it was kind of like put in sleep mode and ignore the account. I mean, they could not even see it because, of course, at their age, it has to be under my name. So they had not a direct access to that account. They were just like seeing money getting out of their accounts and they knew it was for investing, and that was it. I mean, the good old like pay yourself first strategy. But like the three that I planted, I did not go look at them every day, every week, or even every month. I mean, I just worked on it, planted there, and then it just happened. And one day you wake up and then boom, it has exploded. You get the result and then you're just like, what? What's going on? That's so amazing. So one trick I found out about improving my, my joy of delaying gratification until later on in life is to actually plan it. When I made like so many calculation of like, oh, what about if I put like $500 on the side for the next 10 years or the next 20 years? I mean, this is exactly how I started my Smith Maneuver not too long ago, a couple of years ago, just by looking at like, okay, what would be like my investment at the age of 60 or 65 if I start my Smith Maneuver now and I put like $500 a month, $750 a month, $1,000, and then trying to play with different scenarios, but always looking with the end goal in mind is like, what's going to happen in 20, 30 years? And then when I saw those big numbers, I was like, oh my God, that is so much fun. Because there's nothing fun about like putting $500 aside every month. There's nothing. I mean, you just have to like cut down in your budget and not spend as much as you would like. So this is not how you're going to be able to feel good about it. And look at your portfolio going up by $500 per month. Again, not that. I mean, after 3 months, you're like at 1,500. If you're unlucky and you got like 3 bad months on the market, you're maybe like at 1,300. And then you're just like, wow, that's going to take a while before I see $50,000 in that account, right? And it's true. But instead, if you focus on the process of just doing the things that are required, then you know that you're going to get the end result. So having your eyes on the prize in the future, and then for the time being, just treating it as an habit. You just do what you have to do. You forget about the rest, like planting a tree. I'm not going to look at it and see if it grew overnight. It's not going to happen. Those things take time. You have to be patient, but the reward, my friend, is there. It is coming. You don't have to worry about it. It is coming. As long as you stick to your strategy, even if it's not dividend growth investing, it doesn't really matter. You stay true to your strategy for decades and you're going to get amazing results. Like, that's the end of the story. So, right, Moose, I hope that I will help you with this one to stay invested. And we're going to talk again tomorrow morning. Cheers. Hey, welcome to the disclaimer. If you're listening to The Moose and the Loose, you cannot really expect me to give you buy or sell recommendation or financial advice, right? You're here for fun, you're here for information and some entertainment. But I am not your financial advisor, I am not your broker, so therefore I'm not liable if you're losing money after listening to the podcast. If you're looking for some advice, go see a professional. If not, you can enjoy the show and do your due diligence after it.